pace bowler Paul Maniot, but they have both Ken Nicholas and Tony Parry away on holiday. Today's referee, Alan Patton of Cardiff, who baseballers remember with Splot US and Grange Albion. He won a cap as a player and refereed an international match. So St Michael's begin the first innings with Christoph in bowling, Gerard Murphy the batsman, and a bad ball to start with as Gerard Murphy ducks underneath it. And Christoph in the bowler, he is left-handed. Gerard Murphy, one of 3 left-handers in the St Mike's side. And that's the first run on the board. It's an extra bad ball. Christoph in, bowled it wide of the peg there. And here's this young man, Christoph in, very good all-round soccer player, rugby player. Another bad ball. Christoph in, who plays for the Cardiff Schools at rugby and soccer, and quite a bit of Welsh League soccer as well. To Gerard Murphy, and another bad ball. There's 2 extras. 2 runs on the board for St Michael's. The batsman Gerard Murphy, probably the veteran of the St Michael's side. Brother Tony next in. Which is quite sensible play by Gerard Murphy to cool everything down for St Michael's and get a few runs on the board. Stepping to Murphy. Oh, that could be out if Christoph can't pick it up cleanly, and Gerard Murphy gets away with a 1 run. He's away to 1 base. So he collected 3 extras and 1 run to start with, and that will be a useful start for St Michael's. Here's Tony Murphy, the Welsh captain of this season. He's the younger brother of Gerard. So Chris Duffin preparing again to Welsh captain Tony Murphy. Oh, completely beaten. Bernergy takes it, he can't go anywhere. Brother Gerard's on first base and he's not moving. So out goes the Welsh captain Tony Murphy for a duck. Well, here's the St Michael's captain, Kevin Collins, Welsh international. Nice shot. He's in good form this season, and he opens his account with a single. Kevin, the second of the 3 left-handers in this St Michael's side. Now Christoph in on his toes. 1 out. Paul Cannon receiving, but not going to take that one. And that bad ball means that the base runners can get round. Kevin Collins to 3 base and Tony Murphy home.
Bernergy, of course, known as Stinker. There's no idea why.
I've no idea why.
No.
A long time he's been called that.
A most unenviable position, maybe.
Yes, it is. Berner broke his knuckles in the week, actually, and backstop there. Most of them, as you probably know, break their fingers quite regularly. Paul Cannon could be out. Christoph in receives. Away to Steve Smith on 1 base. That's out for young Paul Cannon. That's a good one, Don. This is Mike Hayes. Receiving, hitting high. Could this be a catch? Here's Wayne Matthews for the catch. 2 fingers broke on his right hand, but he makes the catch. Out goes Mike Hayes. That's a good sort of baseball catch from Wayne Matthews. Used to play for Cardiff City on the wing, in fact, a couple of seasons ago as a professional. Well, Paul Hayes got hold of it, but he really got under it. It was very, very high in the air, and Wayne Matthews took it with ease. Here's the big man, the Michael Solar, Paul Maniot. Oh, he's beaten hopelessly by that. He could go on 1 base. He's out base. No sort of shot for Paul at all. Bernergy regathered it, and he's out base. And that's 4 out.
So fast and furious, Howard. It's all happening. It's a bit of a collapse coming off there.
It's what the crowd like to see, I think, as well, though, Frank.
And a nice crowd, a good-sized crowd, and of course the conditions are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, Road Park. Nice today, yes. 1 good. The new bat, Charlie Coyle. Another left-hander. Interesting that these 2 left-handers are the only 2 that survived so far. That's out. 2 good for out. He didn't move. It was right down the middle. It was under the chin and over the forward knee. It was on the pegs, and Charlie Coyle, I'm afraid, throws. Whether he disagreed with the referee is hard to say. It looked 2 good balls. Well, there it is. Was it lower than the chin? It was really close. I think the referee was right. I don't think we've had a score like this for some time. St Michael's 6 for 5 in the first innings.
Would imagine Peter Duffin is cock-a-hoop at the moment, the manager of Caerau.
Yes, I think he probably is, right. It's his son bowling, of course. It's Chris Duffin now to the late change, Richard Collins. His father played for Alexander Old Boys as captain, a long time back. Richard Collins' first big game. And his first team game, in fact, for Richard Collins, who's been only the sub so far. Well, here's an experience for young Richard Collins. St Michael's in trouble. His first full first-team game. Chris Duffin, 2 Welsh caps to Collins. Oh, he's hopelessly beaten and bowled. Missed it altogether. Taken by backstop Bernard G. And a very disappointed youngster going off. Bernard G. hurt a few fingers and a couple of knuckles as well, but he's taken them okay today. Chris Duffin, it appeared too quick. He struck early. There's no need to throw that one. St Michael 7 for 6, astonishing score. No ball! No ball, and Ken Robbins a little bit lucky to get away. He gets 1 run. He gets 1 for the no ball as well.
1 run.
A little bit of a Kyra debate. What was it for? The first no ball. Captain David Richards comes in, and quite clearly said by the referee, his foot came out of the front of the box there. Astonishment by the bowler.
Of course, St Michael's are the holders of the cup currently. If they don't do something, they're going to lose it.
Yes, it's a very bad start. It's Mike James hitting away. This could be out again. What a throw by David Richards. What a brilliant throw. That was really brilliant from David, Double Richards they call him in Kyra. And that was a real good one. Well, I thought Mike James was just going to make that. He didn't get hold of it. Went into the ground. A little bit slow picking up. But what a throw. David Richards right across the diamond to Steve Smith. And a good baseman is by Steve Smith on first base.
Fantastic bit of coordination there. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
That was really what the crowd liked, Frank. Here's the last man, David Campfield. He's gone as well. He's gone as well on first base. This is an astonishing round. First round gone, and only 3 men left in.
That first base is a real minefield, isn't it? And of course, there are different rules for the first base than for the rest of them.
That's right. You've got to touch the base, not the player there. And you always, I suppose, like to pick a big chap, a tall chap, because he can pull it down. St Michael's are running out of batsmen. Here's Kevin Collins, right down the middle from Chris Duffin. The first ball, always got to be a good one if you can. Kevin Collins, the captain, and a worried man. Duffin to Collins. A little bit close.
I think he's almost knobby to his mates, isn't he?
Right.
Knobby Collins.
Yes.
Probably the shape of his fingers.
Always pushes that away nicely again. Same shot for his second round. And this is going to be a bit dangerous for St Mike. They've got 2 men on base. It's 2 runs to Kevin Collins. First man to get to 2 base. But the danger is now, Frank, that the last man's coming in, and he's the last man home.
And this is where it all really mounts up. This is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yes, this is so different with baseball to cricket here. Now, the field, if you notice, the first baseman, Steve Smith, has given up first base. He's not bothering about getting the man out there. It's more important to run the other 2 out.
A lot of pressure on this fella now.
If he's got to hit it, and it's Ken Robbins, who will certainly swing at it. Just up into Ken Robbins. Important ball, allowed to go. Kevin Collins seems to be making signs to Ken Robbins. Let it go. Well, he hit that one. Oh, this could be out. No. The first base is On 3, in fact, Steve Smith. So they give Ken Robbins the run. And we get in the same position again with one player home. Now, Gerard Murphy is on a knife edge here. He may well have to take this ball.
Extra?
No, it's attempted again.
But the man to go out, Howard, has he got to be 2 good balls in succession?
No, Frankie, it's just 2 good balls. You could have as many bad intermingled with those.
So the pressure's on him continuously now.
Yes, here's Gerard Murphy hitting it away. He's hit it well. Is it a catch? Oh, Martin Richards can't get it. And it could be 4. Gerard's not the quickest of runners. Glyn Owen is the thrower, and he settles for 3. Now, he's the first man to free base in the innings, but it was an important 3. Good shot again by Kevin Collins. 3rd time he's played that shot.
1 run.
And that's, in fact, Wayne Matthews there, the fielder, had a spell with Cardiff City on the wing. Captain Sir Michael's first innings, 21 for 8. Ten extras gone as Chris Duffin bowls to Ken Robbins. And Kyra just gets a little bit worried now. It was Sliffle, just a little bit. Good start. Ken Robbins hits high. Where's that gone? Wayne Matthews and Martin Richards after it. And again, this could be 4. Ken Robbins going well. Here's a throw from Martin Richards. Oh, what a beautiful throw. That was a superb throw by Martin Richards, and 3 runs to Ken Robbins. That's the little chap who's played for Wales several times. So what can Dave Richards do in place of Chris Duffin as he comes on? And that's a bit of a lucky hit by Gerard Murphy, but it brings in 1 run. Well, Kyra are on top, but David Richards has got to really hammer it home now, as these last 3 batsmen stick a little bit. It's Kevin Collins receiving. David Richards to Captain Kevin Collins, and again a bad ball. No stroke. Kyra need to strike again. Kevin Collins hits high. There's no fielder here. It's come in front of us. Mike Fleming's got a long way to go. I'd back Kevin Collins to make 4 runs. The first home run of the game, and it's Kevin Collins, the captain, who does it with a very smart shot.
Beautiful run, that. And the crowd loving that. That's marvellous. And very much a family atmosphere here today.
Yes, there's a lot of ladies and fans and little baseballers. St Michael's now 32 for 8, much improved. The field swings around, and Kenny Robbins about to toe the peg with his left foot. David Richards to Ken Robbins. There's a shot up. Could this be a catch? Craig Meredith has got it. Yes, nearly spilled it, I thought, but it was just he put a hand down to stop himself falling. But it was a good catch by Craig Meredith. Big, young, promising lad. Ken Robbins got hold of it quite well. One of the best hits on the offside so far, but Craig Meredith takes it very well, knee high. And that's Ken Robbins out. Now this is a key ball from Richards to Gerard Murphy, but he won't go for it. St Michael's hanging on, 2 men left. Gerard Murphy hits well, strikes it very well. Mike Fleming's going for the catch. It's a good catch. He made a lot of ground, Mike Fleming, the former rugby fullback, and he made that one look easy. Made a lot of ground to his left. Well, Gerard Murphy hit the ball, no problem there. It was a good strike. And Mike Fleming had to go 20 yards or so to his left, and he made it look easy.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Michael 32 for 10. Just the captain, Kevin Collins, left. So Kevin Collins, the captain, the last man there for St Michael. And again, the bad ball from David Richards, giving the extras away. So it's one good gone. David Richards to Kevin Collins. That's a good stroke, but the field is there. I don't think he'll make 4. Wayne Matthews fields. The throw's got to go right the way to the backstop. It goes to David Richards. Now to Bernard G. Now it's down. And Kevin Collins did well. He made 3 runs out of that. And that's all out. So St Michael's first innings ended at 37, but what a good recovery after losing 8 men early on. Here's the opening bat of Kyra, Martin Richards. 3 caps for Wales, and the bowler, Paul Manniot. Nice little touch, but out! Out caught! And it was David Camfield, close into the bat. A little touch by Martin Richards, and David Camfield, the tall youngster, picked that one up. Well, it seemed a nice little touch, but David Camfield was stood there just for that stroke. Paul Manniot, 1 man out already. To Mike Fleming. No. Mike Fleming and Kyra receiving and hitting high. And could this be another one? Oh no, just over Richard Collins. In fact, he slips down, and Mike Fleming, well, I thought might have picked up a third, but he recovered there, Richard Collins. But 2 runs to Mike Fleming. A little bit lucky that for Mike. No, it is a really odd stance of Bernard G. As far as the hands are concerned. I must admit I've never noticed the stance before of Bernard G. With the left hand over the top. And he hits that rather awkwardly. And a little bit lucky to get away with it, I think.
1 run.
That's the Kyra backstop, who hurt his knuckles quite badly in the week. And Kyra 4 for 1 first innings. Here's the young gingerhead Welsh international Glyn Owen. Good footballer, this lad. Got a useful tempter by Paul Manniot. Paul Manniot, quite a big fella in this bowling box, to Glyn Owen, who hits strongly and beats the field. He's beaten Tony Murphy, and the flying Owen could possibly get a 4th run here. Yes, he has. That's 4 runs to Glyn Owen. Tony Murphy couldn't reach it in time, and that's a very useful one. That's Glyn Owen smacking that one pretty hard.
They're settling down nicely now, aren't they?
Yes, Kyra's game at the moment, Frank. It's Craig Meredith touching it away. Well, couldn't quite pick it in, and
1 run.
He made the run. Now, Craig Meredith a little bit fortunate. Same sort of shot that Martin Richards fell for.
Extra. Interested, Howard, talking just before the game began there to Ted Peterson. He was saying that the previous cups were the Sunday Dispatch Cup and the Empire News. Now, they're 2 names from the past, aren't they, yeah?
That's too old for me.
Ah, come on. The Empire News, I remember that.
Chris W. knocked it out. Yes, indeed. That was
1 run.
a good one. And that's the Welsh captain, Tony Murphy, who received that ball. But a single to Chris Duffin. Well, Caerau, I suppose, really a new name in Premier Baseball in the last dozen years or so. Captain David Richards, their first international, in fact, from the club. What a good shot, David Richards, the man for the occasion. If it was soccer or baseball, I think you'd pick this lad first. He'll give you 100% all the time, David Richards. What a good footballer he is, and what a good shot that was at baseball. 4 runs. He's a good young baseballer. Stephen Smith, the first baser, Kyra, former Tralee player. Stephen Smith receives, and he's knocked it up not very well. Could be a catch for Kevin Collins. Just makes it. Did well to make it in the end. Caught it on his knees. It was a very hesitant shot by Steve Smith. He poked at it. It went up. Funnily enough, no one really quite looked like getting to it, but the captain, Kevin Collins, made a good bit of ground, and that's 2 safe hands there to make the catch.
Isn't it nice, Howard, as well, without any disrespect to Van Rumney, to see somebody else in the final?
Yes, it is. And nice to see a Cardiff Newport final.
It's got to be good for the game, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. St Michael's up and come inside. Wayne Matthews has struck this very well. Richard Collins fields this one, though. Good shot, 1 run. Dennis Logue, who appeared with Grange Albion in the second final of 1974. And he came on as a substitute. The only man to wear glasses in this game. And he's knocked it down, and he's got away with it. Safe run for Dennis Logue. And that ends the first round for Kyra. Kyra 19 for 2. Paul Maniot, big fella, rugby player. Hit hard by Mike Fleming. It's away from Richard Collins. It's well away. And Mike Fleming still keeps himself pretty fit. Been a former captain of the club. And he gets 4 very good, very useful runs. Experienced player there. The ball away in the street. Retrieved. As Richard Collins comes back to his crowd. Now this was well struck, good timing. A lot of force, but good timing by Mike Fleming, who puts the ball straight back past us into the street. Bernard G with his strange style. Oh, how he got away with that, I don't know. Or did he?
1 run.
Was he out? No, he wasn't. 1 run. Glyn Owen striking at. Oh, Paul Maniot brought that one down, and if he had have done, Owen would have gone.
1 run.
It wasn't the cleverest of shots. But Craig Meredith batting now won the Promising Player Award last year by the Welsh Baseball Union. He struck this one down. Not the greatest of shots again, but a safe single for him.
1 run.
For Richard Collins. Chris Duffin won the Youth Player Award in 1981. He's come well as a senior. And another single for Kyra.
1 run.
Here's one batsman, David Richards, who will look around, can hit it leg off. Where's he going to hit this? Oh, that's a good shot. That was a superb shot by David Richards. That really was. Pulling it from just off his chin, and 4 runs without a shadow of doubt. What a player for the big game, David Richards. 2 4s in 2 rounds. If you miss this sort of ball, you're in trouble, and he really gave it a crack.
And if he'd have brought it around a little bit further, it would have ended up in that famous stream at the back. We used to bring a dog with us, you know, when we used to play, Howard, and the dog was trained to go in and get the ball. He was the best player we had, actually.
Paul Brenchby receives. Oh, it's a nice shot. It's between the 2 fielders. And he sneaked a little second, and he sneaked a very useful second run. He's a little whippet round the bases. So Paul Maniot to Wayne Matthews. Oh, he took a low ball there, but he got away with it. and a safe single. Dennis Logue has been a useful baseballer indeed. He hits this one well. Is it a man there? He's got to go back for it. Mike James can't catch it. It's Dennis Logue flying away. Hopefully, will he get home? Yes, he will. Oh, will he get home? Yes, he does, in fact. The throw didn't quite make it. And Dennis Logue picks up yet another 4 for Kyra. Well, it was close to Mike James. Just over his head. Mike Fleming receives. Knocks it down. Kevin Collins, can he be out at 1? He's out at 1! Good pick up by the left-handed Kevin Collins, but he threw it with his right hand, in fact. And although Kevin's a left-hander, that was a right-hand pick-up and throw. Mike Fleming looked safe when he knocked it down, but it was smart fielding. And Gerard Murphy right in the right place, touched the base, and Mike Fleming knew it was gone. Bernard G pulls it down, beats the close field, and a single for Tony Murphy.
1 run.
Lynn Owen about to have a big shot, and just off the bat, an appeal for off the shoulder, I think, but it just came off the bat, and Owen was away for 3 runs.
3 runs.
Craig Meredith, what a big strong fella this is, and he does look a very useful player. Manny at 2, Meredith again, that funny knocked down, a little bit lucky to get away with it. Played 3 shots in that direction.
The ice cream men doing a roaring trade today, as you can imagine. Long queues at the mobile ice cream stalls here. Everyone in a good frame of mind.
Stuffing nudges it away. Another safe single. They're building a good total, Kyra.
1 run.
Paul Marriott, who can't really get through to this. I don't know. That's a good one because David Richards went a shot that he hit before last round, and he missed this time. Well, he gave him the ball he wanted, I think, but David Richards missed that one. But good take by Paul Canham. Look at the take there. That's not easy. Very good bit of taking by Paul Canham. There's the young lad, backstop. He started with the St Willis club and moved on to St Michael's in Newport. Batsman is Paul Brenchley. Oh, what a good stroke that was by the left-hander. Only gets 1 run for it, but it was crisply hit.
1 run.
Wayne Matthews receiving. Good stroke. Oh, out caught! Straight to Tony Murphy, in fact. He struck it so well, but Tony Murphy just stood there and took it. And a little bit disappointed, Wayne Matthews, because it was a nice shot. He really got hold of it. Look at the effort. Tony Murphy just stands there, just picks it out of the air. Dennis Logue is out, struck out. He is, he missed it. No, it wasn't your arm, Dennis, it was your shoulder, I think. Referee Alan Patton will say that it's not the forearm, it was, I thought, on the shoulder. And let's see what it did strike him. Paul Marriott beats him, not a great shot. Swings, and it, look, yes, it was the shoulder. The referee was right.
You can't blame him for trying, can you?
Bernard G. And Paul Marriott, Kyra 48 for 6, just a little bit of slump.
Extra.
Bernard G with his strange hold on the bat that he's got, and a no ball. And Bernard gets a run for that. And Kyra gets 2 runs. 1 for the no ball, 1 for the run. Another objection coming in from prompter David Richards, the captain. Now in baseball there's a prompter's box, and it's David Richards who's the prompter at the moment because he's out. And there he is, just between base 3 and 4, on the right of our screen. Glyn Owen receiving. A bad ball. Glyn Owen receives. Kyra's objection for the second time was that Paul Manniot has come out to the front of the bowling box. And he did this time, and was called for it. Paul Manniot with his head up now, and Glyn Owen out. The throw's gone to 1 base, and he's out-based. Very nearly forgot to throw it, Paul Cannon. Oh, he claimed the catch, in fact, but it didn't look a catch, and the referee certainly didn't hear the catch. Glyn Owen plays inside this one, and might have got a top edge. I didn't think so, personally. Young Paul Cannon did, but he got the throw away. Pretty smart. There's a Craig Meredith stroke. That'll bring him 2 runs.
2 runs.
Chris Duffin has a good look around. Had a good game so far. Kyra just spluttering a little now, 54 for 7. Chris Duffin looking for a leg shot. Paul Manniot hoping to be too quick for him, but in fact he played on the offside, and it was a good shot. He's found the gap. He's found the gap. Mike James going for it. Picks up, and Chris Duffin takes a very neat 3 runs. Paul Brenchley plays it down. That'll do him. 1 run.
1 run. And people enjoying themselves, all kinds of people. In fact, quite a few disabled people on the field today. They're, I think, have come down from the special day which is held at Roath Park annually. It's a day set aside for the disabled. It's a lot of fun, and they really do get involved.
He's hit that one away, nearly a catch. David Campfield just put it down at 3 base.
1 run.
Not an easy one, but there's a nice shot of the Kyra players on 2 base. Bernard G, 3 base Paul Brenchley. Craig Meredith's home. He strikes this one, just over the hands of an infield, and he's picked up a 2nd run. Charging away, and he's picked up a 3rd run, and he could in fact pick up 3 runs will do it.
3 runs.
Yes, he didn't really stop at 2. Checked, but not really stopped. Well, Paul Manniot has to get through these last 4 men. Chris Duffin first. That's in the air. That could be a catch. No, is between them. No. Well taken by David Canfield. And Chris Duffin was out for 6, but that was a good catch. It's a little bit of an uncertain shot by Chris Duffin. It's in the air, and he knows he's in trouble, but it looked as if it was going in no man's land, and David Campfield did really well to get back there to take that catch. Now, Manniot to Brenchley, just over his head. Small lad Brenchley flicks it away. That was a nice looking stroke. And it's fielded by Charlie Kyle, but 2 runs to Paul Brenchley.
2 runs.
Bernard G, the Kyra backstop, who's been around the rugby scene for a fair time. He had a spell with Glamorgan Wanderers.
No ball!
And again, Paul Manniot just out of the front of the box. really gets marked quite a bit where the bowler thuds into the front. Here he goes again, and Bernard strikes that down. Oh, and just past one base. And he gets a single.
One run.
And that's 6 singles for Bernard. Oh, he looked almost struck out, but what it came off, it was hard to say. Must have been just the bat. And he pounds his way away to 3 runs.
Lovely knock there, and the crowd enjoying that very much indeed, just when Kyra needed it.
Paul Brenchley waits, smacks it away again. Nice little crisp shot, the left-hander. Down to Tony Murphy for 1 run.
1 run.
Kyra well in front now, 73 for 8. So here's the first change in the bowling, and it's Mike Hayes who's replaced Paul Maniot. Has hit this down, and he's out. Straight to 1 base and out to Gerard Murphy. Bernard out, having made 6 singles, and he hit it straight to this man, first base, Gerard Murphy. No chance. Wasn't a good shot. I feel his hands are bad today, Bernard's, and he can't really get the power in the shot. And this time it was straight to Gerard Murphy, and the base was touched. Mike Hayes, the change bowler instead of Paul Maniot, bowling to the last man home, Craig Meredith, who hits strongly down. Tony Murphy fielding, and Meredith's on his way and will be out at 2. He is out at 2. Based out, or touched out in fact, by Paul Maniot. Good throw from Tony Murphy, and Craig Meredith made 12. Useful innings indeed for Kyra. Meredith hit it down. He's got the 1 safely enough. Tony Murphy a slight misfield. Juggles. The throw is useful. Paul Maniot's in the right position. 2 of them there in fact, and he never had a hope of making 2 base. So the last man is Paul Brenchley, the little left-hander whose father Albert was a player, and his brother Jonathan was as well, or is in fact. Well, that looked a pretty useful ball. Called a bad. Mike Hayes bowling to the last man, Paul Brenchley. And a change of mind by Alan Patton, the referee. Hayes to Brenchley, 1 good gone, hits high. Is it a catch? No, it isn't. It's got to get home. The throw from Richard Collins is not a good one to Paul Canham. Quick backing up by Mike Hayes, and even the flying Brenchley could only make 2 runs. So Michael's first innings of 37, replied by Kyra with 78, and a lead, of course, of 41.
Well, Bill Barrett's one of the most respected figures in the game of Welsh baseball. A pretty commanding lead here at half-time for Kyra.
Yes, a bit of a surprise, Frank, because St Michael's from Gwent are an excellent side, but Kyra have played very, very well indeed. They've done well in the field, and they've batted cleverly and confidently.
And it's lovely to see the Newport boys here, isn't it?
Yes, it's one of the great things about the game. It was born between Cardiff and Newport, this part of South Wales, and even Gloucester were actually in on the act in the early years of the century, but for some reason it died out there.
But nice to see a little bit of friendly rivalry, all adds the spice to the game. Now you, Bill, have worked for so many years to strengthen the game at an early age, getting the youngsters involved at junior school level, because that's the time to catch them, isn't it?
Yes, Frank, we run courses. We produced copies of the simplified rules for all the schools, because many teachers coming into South Glamorgan and Gwent are quite new to it. They come from other places where baseball isn't played, but most of them take it up pretty enthusiastically.
So really missionary work. Can I congratulate you on your retirement last Friday, Bill? I hope that you're going to be around for a long time to come on the field, if not in school.
Yes, Frank, I'll go on working for the schools and working for the Welsh Baseball Union, trying to spread this game out a bit more and getting other people interested in playing it.
Referee Alan Patton blows the whistle. The second innings of St Michael's will start when Gerard Murphy toes the peg and Chris Duffin bowls to him. On a good ball straight away. Now the batsman's under pressure. Stuffing. Another good ball. He's got away with it though. 1 run. Chopped it down.
1 run.
Well, Chris Duffin has really put up some magic for Kyra today. To Tony Murphy, that was a funny looking shot by Tony, just clipped it away, but it's good enough. 2 runs, Glyn Owen about to deliver, and then not in the end.
2 runs.
Man on 2, Tony Murphy, man on 3, brother Gerard. The other fellow who's been around Alan Patton, the baseball scene, for a long time, actually, as a player.
Got a firm grip on this game, anyway. Extra.
Yes, strong man. Kevin Collins, just a little nudge. Got away with in the first innings. Oh, he nearly didn't there. In the end, a wild throw from Glyn Owen. But he let fly, did the right thing. And I think he nearly caught Kevin Collins with it. Paul Canham just a little bit edgy waiting. He plays his shot, gets it away. He'd be very relieved about that. It's only 1 run. But it gets him off the mark.
1 run.
Mike Hayes of St Michael's didn't score in the first innings. Chris Duffin 2M. Oh, he'd be lucky to score in the second, but he does get away with 1. And again, he must be a relieved lad. Didn't really catch that at the end of the bat. Mike Hayes, who did well in the Newport game this year, scored 23, Newport v Cardiff. Here's another man who didn't score in the first innings, Paul Maniot. He's hit this one hard, high. Wayne Matthews won't make it. That's one of Paul Maniot's better shots. He's struck the ball better this year, and in fact, Paul Maniot's going round for 4. And that's good news for St Michael's. Very pleased in the Newport camp with that. There's the ball with Wayne Matthews, and Paul Maniot struck it well. His leg come off the pegs? No, it didn't. It was a good old heave by Maniot. Still no men out for St Michael's. Charlie Coyle hitting it away. He's out caught by Glyn Owen, and he's astonished. Charlie Coyle, I don't think saw him there, and that's 2 ducks for Charlie and the nippy Glyn Owen. I really don't think Charlie Coyle saw that. He struck it all right, left-handed, good whack. And Glyn Owen there, just on his knees, picked it up very well. St Michael's 13 for 1, still in the first round. Richard Collins is on a pair. He's had 1 good. Chris Duffin was out, 2 goods and out. He doesn't believe it, but it was true. I thought he was certainly risking it very much. It was there or thereabouts, round about the chin. Was it below the chin? Rising, but at the point that it passed Richard Collins, it probably was just below the chin, and he really was risking it. Now, here's a man who can hit a ball. He made 21 on his first appearance for Wales back in 1973 with a team called Kingston Rovers, who don't play anymore. No, says Kenny Robbins, I wasn't ready. I don't know why, whether a bee stung him or what, but
Daley Thompson's not in the crowd with him cans of fizzy drinks, is he?
that was
something went on out there.
very odd, wasn't it? That was, something happened, yeah.
Look at the legs on this fella. Built like a tree more for pigeon loft, as we used to say.
Ken Robbins had a go at that, and he did give it a clout. It was a little bit of an ungainly shot, but he really got hold of it. That's 4 by an awful long way. tell you, if Ken Robbins gets hold of it, it'll really go. Doesn't always get hold of it, but that was a good 4. That's the Jupiter Road Park changing rooms. Here's Mike James, who must really find it hard to believe he's been in the match so far. He had a duck, the ball seemed to go away from him in the field. It's not a happy day for him so far. Chris Duffin, whose mother Doreen is really very well into baseball as well. Mike James has got hold of this, but it's a catch straight to Dennis Logue. Out court, it's 2 ducks for Mike James, and he really has had a bad game. Dennis is pleased. He didn't have to go a long way, but he's got safe hands. Doesn't drop those. Well, Mike James got hold of it. Bit on the end of the bat, perhaps, but it travelled. Dennis Logue didn't have to move very far. He doesn't drop those.
So an unhappy afternoon for Mousy, Howard.
That's right. Not a very good one for Mike James. Here's young Dave Campfield. Oof, dear, dear. Yet another player who failed to score in the first innings. David Campfield, a little bit anxious. Duff into Campfield, he's hit high. Is it? No, Steve Smith scores back. He's safe. And he'll pick up 2, maybe 3. No, good throw. And 2 runs. That's Dave Campfield away. St Michael's 19 for 3 at the end of round 1. Gerald Murphy, who played for the East against the West, or the other way around, the West for the East in 1974, and he makes 1 base. Oh, and whatever happened with the throw in there, but Martin Richards, the little fella. Now, what can Chris Duffin do here against Tony Murphy, who's got 8 Welsh caps? Oh, he didn't get hold of it, he's out, he's got to be out. He is out on 1 base, never got anywhere really near the ball, chopped it down, and Bernard G got it away to first base. So, a rather puzzled and unhappy Tony today. He's had a poor game. He was well away with it, so well away, he chopped it down, nice bounce for Bernard G. And this boy Steve Smith does his job well on first base. Kevin Collins receiving. Frank, you don't get much of a chance if you miss the ball in this game.
You certainly don't. They're quick as anything, aren't they?
Cobby Collins getting it away, getting a good firm shot, again only 1 run. I think this is what makes baseball so exciting, Frank, is that the fielding when it's this standard is well worth watching.
It certainly is, and split-second decisions all the time. Still a little way to avoid an innings defeat here, St Michael's.
Yes, they are. Paul Canham, 1 good ball. Certainly the last time I saw you, Frank, with a bat, it was a lot bigger than Paul Canham's. It wouldn't have been allowed, I don't think, today.
A 12-string guitar.
Paul Canham pulls it away. It was very nearly a penalty run. He took his foot perilously close off the peg, but he's given 2 runs for it. Mike Hayes hits high. This could be a catch for Wayne Matthews. He makes it move superbly well. He's a quick little fella, but he didn't quite make the distance back. But nevertheless, his hands are actually a backstop's hands, Wayne Matthews. Mike Hayes topped it a bit. I think he knew it. And Wayne Matthews had to go back for it. He didn't quite make the ground back, but look at that for a pair of hands.
Absolutely fantastic.
Paul Manniot swings at this. It's a bit topped, and he's out to Mike Fleming. Knew it, I'm afraid. Mike Fleming doesn't put him down at all. He's the most safe catcher of a ball. Never any danger that Paul knew it. His head went down. He really gets under it. Never quite got to the ball. Steve Smith was going back, but Mike Fleming had it all the way. measured, doesn't drop it. Chris Duffin rightly staying on and bowling to Ken Robbins, who hits it down against his foot. He's in trouble all the way and out on one base. Bernard G throw, Steve Smith take. Good backstopping by Bernard G, who had to look for the ball. Not always to see it through that mask, always easy to see it. Ken played it down into the blocks, off his body. Well, Frank, the clever thing to do would have been to kick it along, I think, there.
Yeah. Easy to say from up here, but when you're down there in the thick of it, it's so difficult to make a decision like that. And that ball is really hard.
Yes, it is. That's put away by Dave Camfield. Dennis Logue's the cover this time. And it's 3 runs for Dave Camfield. That's 3 useful runs. Very much needed. The Kyra field actually is constantly changing. The outfielders move very sort of unobtrusively around. Logue, Fleming, the Richards boys. And St Michael's in trouble at 29 for 7. Gerald Murphy played a solid knock so far. He's lifted this one up. Is there a fielder? No, there's not. Mike Fleming coming for it. I would say it'd probably be 3 runs for Gerard. He might go for the 4th, but no. Charlie Coyle, the prompter. You can see the handout. Says stop. He can see the ball. Fleming's throw was a good one. There he is. Very useful base follow. 29 he made in one of these finals.
Nerves of steel required here, Howard.
Yes. Kevin Collins looking for that nudge. Oh, he's hit it the other way. He's lofted it. Mike Fleming goes and makes. What a good catch. What a good catch. In his 30s now, Mike Fleming, but he never dropped. He could well have put it down in the dive. Really good catch. Mike Fleming's 3rd catch of the game. Kevin Collins didn't hit it the way he wanted to. Good ball by Duffin. Good bowling. But the dive is good, but he could easily have spilled it there, and look at that right hand. 3rd catch. Paul Canham trying to salvage something. Hits it down, not a very good one, but just safe. Oh, he's going for the 2nd, and he makes it. Just 5 runs St Michael's needing to make Kyra bat again. Now Kyra having to think about it. They know that it must be very close. Not many runs in it for an innings win. Camfield hits it down, that's safe. Just the 1. Cool it, they say, but yes, it's tidy baseball by Kyra. Cut it down to 1 run. There's the situation. Dave Camfield on 3, Gerard Murphy home, Paul Canham to come. A useful shot. Oh, Glyn Owen went. It was Martin Richards went for the catch, but couldn't quite make it. And 2 runs for Gerard Murphy. St Michael's now level, though Kyra have a penalty run in fact. Paul Canham hit it away, and he could be out. What a wonderful effort by Glyn Owen, but he couldn't with the hoardings there. He couldn't quite make it, and certainly the shot by Paul Canham, a wonderful effort by Glyn Owen, 2 runs, and it means that certainly Kyra will bat again. Paul Canham got hold of it. Glyn Owen, if the park had been free, I think he might just have made it. I don't know, a goalkeeper type effort. Here's Dave Camfield. It's high. Martin Richards going back, but he's got away with it. Martin goes flying under the St Michael's bench. In the throw, 3 runs to Dave Camfield. Murphy hitting down. No, I think he's got away with this one. Just. St Michael's 47 for 8 means that Kyra will certainly bat again now. Paul Canham. Oh, he missed it. Bernard G was thinking of touching him out. Didn't need to. He's out. Paul Canham could really hit him at times, but he didn't get hold of that. Kyra right on top. Richards to Camfield. He's bowled, they're all out. 2 men go. Gerard Murphy in front of us on 2 base. Walks off. David Camfield was bowled, and it's all out St Michael's. So St Michael's first innings 37, second 48. Kyra with 78 need 8 to win. Eight to win. Well, funny things happened. Landrumley were 15 for 7 in the second innings this week. But with Paul Manny at bowling, with little hope to Martin Richards, in fact, there's a penalty run already on the board, so Kyra 1 for 0. And that extra means it's 2 for 0. 6 to win. Paul Manny to Martin Richards. Wild again, I'm afraid.
Bit of desperation creeping in now, I think, Howard.
Yeah, I'm afraid no real hope, of course, Frank. Martin Richards would like to open his account. Oh, he'd be lucky if he does. Yes, it's over the head and away. And as you said earlier, Frank, towards that brook. And he'll get 4 runs for it. His brother's calling him David home. Martin gets 4. All Kyra are happy. The flags are waving. So just 2 to get. Mike Fleming, who hits high. I don't think there's a fielder. Richard Collins coming back. That's the winning runs for Mike Fleming. 2 on to 3. He's home for 4. That's the winning runs for Kyra. 10 for 0, and that gives them the victory by 11 to bat. So Kyra, after first innings lead of 41, needed 8 to win in the second innings and won by 11 men to bat.
And so Mr. Michael Salford, the Financial Director of Welsh Brewers Limited, presents the trophy to the captain of the winning team, Dubber Richards. Well pleased. So, from Howard Evans and myself, we hope you've enjoyed it. Good afternoon from Roath Park.
Hello and welcome to Roath Park for the 1988 Welsh Brewers Cup final. Well, as you can see, it's comparatively quiet here at the moment, but if previous cup finals are anything to go by, then I can assure you that there's going to be some frantic activity here in a short while. And this diamond is going to be surrounded by some